So wow, traders, I've just seen a pattern and I've just recognized a pattern across all the indices right now that it's shaping up. And if this pattern confirms, we're about to find a bit of a short-term bottom. And if this pattern confirms, we're about to see, I believe, a slingshot move back up to all-time new highs. And that's what trading is about, right? Seeing what's happening here. And if patterns confirm, I'm going to show you exactly what that pattern is, because get ready, guys, because we could be back on that face ripper rally out of the actual stock market. So that's what I want to talk to you about, guys, today. And a quick little update. Let's have a quick little update. I'll start with the good old gold and silver here first. Gold right now, guys, simple parabolic. The thing you want to be sort of alert of is not get too excited about this thing here on gold. And the reason why is, just remember, anything that goes pretty parabolic like this here will end pretty quickly, all right? This is now really, really, really in bubble territory. And when the bubble pops, guess what? When this thing, which is so far overextended, so far, and again, if you look at this, let me bring up the GLD here. Look at this here, right? Look at through the last 20 years. Every time we've had these very big moves away from the moving average, guess what eventually has come? Right? You start to get some really hard and fast snapback. So over the next couple of weeks, expect a really hard and fast crash out of gold, and it's going to rip some people's face off. And I promise you that, because we're just too far away, right? We're too far away. So too far extended. This is low probability when it comes to gold. You don't want to be getting involved with bubbles. And guess what? Just like Howard Marks said, is that when most people think that, when most people think that this can it's going to keep going up, it's going to keep going up, right? That's when a lot of people get destroyed. The whole mentality I'm seeing right now in gold is the exact mentality I saw for the last 2 years in the stock market. Now it's flipped, right? Because what's happened in the stock market? Big drop down, right? So get ready for that, guys. We're about to see a complete and absolute 180 or 360 or whatever that's called, back to the downside when it comes to the gold market. Gold market go down very soon, guys. And those left hand in the bag, especially with you guys that are leveraged, are going to have a bit of a nugget, I believe, coming real soon. So let's look at the stock market here. So one thing that when it comes to the stock market here is one thing I was noticing right now by talking with my clients today is one of the hardest things for most traders to understand is this, right? If I say something, right? So people like, last year, I was saying King Russell, right? King Russell didn't work out, so I stopped saying King Russell, right? And so therefore, King Russell is no longer King Russell anymore, right? It didn't work out. I actually made money out of King Russell, but it no longer worked out. That's what happens, right? The market changes, the market morphs into something else, and it doesn't work out that way. You need to make good decisions from that there. That's what's happening with the stock market right now. The number one thing right now is you do not want to be dogmatic about the market's going to crash or the market's going to go up. Let the market tell you what's going on, right? Let the market give you some guidance like, oh, what's going on? Are we going to continue down from here? Or is this going to find a bit of a bottom? If it finds a bit of a bottom, then we could actually be getting ready for a bit of a ripper. And if we get a bit of a ripper here, a bit of a ripper to the upside, we could be getting ready for a nice move back to the upside, right, guys? So again, the market's not just going to go straight down. The market's not going to go straight up. But we must be flexible in this market. Because if the market does start to hold here and start to rally up, you could be missing out on some really good opportunities. And the thing that I'm noticing right now, and the thing that I'm picking up is this, right? As you know, in a downward sort of trend, we have these lower highs, right? Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. But right now, if this here is some sort of higher low in the markets, and we start to really break above, let's call it, say this level through here, right? That's that level through there. If this is an hourly chart, if we hold here and we start to make our way back up towards sort of break above through there, then that's a very, 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 very significant move. If that happens over the next couple of days, especially into next week, if we get that through there, we're probably going to race up to all-time new highs. That's happening on the Dow Jones, on the NASDAQ as well too. Same thing, right? We've been in this very downward phase through here, but if I go to low to high, right, we're starting to see potentially a 50% retracement from here, holding. If we do hold through here, guys, and we get this higher low, oh my goodness, this is gonna, and especially when we start to see this level through here, look at that through there. We hold and we start to break above this level through here, up through there. that's probably now going to be a nice move back up to at least back up towards this sort of 20,500 level from there. So, and that's the Nasdaq, the S&P 500, the same thing. So we're potentially setting up for this here, all right? We haven't got it yet, and trading is all about waiting for confirmation, not preempting. Right? I know it's definitely going to go up. Let me go long. No. I know it's definitely going to go down. I'm going to go short. No. If you're doing that anyway, that's the wrong approach anyway when it comes to trading, right? See, there is 90% of traders who lose money in the markets, right? The 90%, what do they do? What do 90% of traders do, right? They go, let me try. I'm going to try this out. Let me take a guess, right? Let me guess. And all that sort of stuff. That's what 90% of traders who lose money in the markets. And I promise you, most of you guys watching the video right now are there right now because there is no system. I talk to you guys so much all the time, right? You're getting out and then a few days later you're getting back into the market because you think it's going to go up or you think something's going to happen, all right? Or you hope something's going to happen, right? Or there's a FOMO there. Oh my goodness, the market's going to crash. Oh, better get in now, right? This here is the mentality of 90% of traders who trade the markets, hence the reason why they do this. So for example, people that are trading gold right now, I promise you this whole basket here, if they get into it and they go, oh, I hope this thing continues. And it does continue. Now you're a legend, right? So welcome to the 90%. 90% of those, they're the people who actually end up having ski curves, right? And then there's the 10%. Actually, you know what? 10%, let's actually call it the 5%. That's 95%. Let's call it the 5%. And even down to, say, the 1%, right? What do they do that's so different to you? Why is there some traders out there that do multiple six figures, and especially the way that I trade and the way that I see with my mentor, how come there's people out there that do millions of dollars a year? Like my current mentor right now has made almost $2 million this year so far. What makes him different compared to you? So the one thing that I do say is that there's a differences here, right? And the humble trader can say, okay, then I want to think like the average, I want to think like the trader who does really well. And what he has is this. He has a system that he's follow, which is basically like a pattern that he trades, and he waits for this system/pattern to appear in the market. Then when this pattern appears, then he puts on a trade. Now, this pattern may not appear for a couple of days, and he does trade the small time frame charts, and it might not appear for a couple of days, but he's okay being patient and waiting for that sort of stuff. So the reason why I'm bringing this up here in this video is because if you actually want to do really well long term out of this level here, then you know success leaves clues, right? Success leaves clues. And that's the reason why most people are approaching and thinking about their trade in the wrong way. AKA, I got in the gold 2 weeks ago and I'm making really good money and I'm a legend and I'm this and I'm that. Cool. Let's just say for example, you make $1 million. You're in gold right now and you get out of it and you make $1 million trading gold. You're a legend, right? Oh my goodness. You are an absolute legend. Now again, guys, I don't hate gold. It's just about probability of opportunities throughout the markets. Don't be focused so much on one market. I focus on all markets. Cryptos, stocks, foreign exchange, commodities, gold, silver, individual stocks. It's like I focus on it all because it's opportunities, right? So if let's just say for example you make a lot of money out of this gold move, right? Gold keeps going parabolic. Oh my goodness, and you make $1 million, which by the way is not a lot of money really when you think about it in the grand scheme of things. Now, okay, cool. So now you've made that $1 million out of trading, out of gold, and that happens over the next couple of months. And now, oh my goodness, we come June this year and you made $1 million. Oh my goodness, I am a legend. I made $1 million. Now, what I want you to do is exactly what you did there. I want you to repeat that for the rest of your life. You're never gonna have to worry about money ever again. John, I don't know how to do that. Because I got lucky, like I just jumped in a very big bull market. I don't know how to do that. So what you're telling me right now is that you got into something that you can't repeat for the rest of your life, right? It's not a repeatable system there, right? So what you're telling me right now is that come over the next 12 months, you're probably going to struggle because you don't actually have any sort of foundational approach of doing really well every single year for the rest of your life. Hence the reason why 95% of traders end up here, right? Because of that approach from there. So that's what I want to talk to you about right now today, traders. And from a technical analysis point of view, when it comes down to the good old S&P 500, we could be getting ready for a higher low. And if this pattern forms, get ready for a really big slingshot move. And this actually could be one of those moves that ends up just, if this holds here and we start to move back up, we could be getting ready for a really big move to the upside, and we must be flexible, guys. Don't be so dogmatic about what you think is going to happen, what you know is going to happen. I don't know. No one does know. That's the reason why when the market does start to form these patterns and gives us clues, we need to listen to Mr. Market.